Hey, what's up, everybody? Had a couple of technical difficulties. Um, Not too bad. We're a couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. But man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how far I'm gonna go into this today, but I definitely been getting a case of "I told you so" itis. Um, and just to put it simple, I don't. I keep saying I don't think people realize um, how long the cycle is, how the cycle works. So what may seem like a long time to you, when you look back, it's probably like 2 or 3 months. Sometimes it's weeks, um, with how fast this market can move. And sometimes I say stuff to you guys on the channel and in the Patreon, and it's like, well, that's not true. Like, or it seems like it takes a long time for the truth to come out. I'll put it that way. Um, but the truth eventually comes out, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff. I talked about. I mean, I can't say I talked about. I mentioned one thing in the Patreon earlier, but I haven't even talked about most of the stuff I've seen. But I know a lot of times when I'm talking, it just sounds like I'm just talking out of what I believe, and like I just have my own kind of religion or whatever. But this stuff eventually starts to come true. So maybe I'll get into some of it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Um, but I will be talking about some of it. Let me get my notes up here. But anyway, hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you're not afraid, and I'm gonna tire you out for the rest of the cycle. I won't, stop using this example of Matic. You know, that 8 months Matic sat still and stuff. So, and I keep saying it's the best thing that could probably happen to us is get this sideways consolidation. I see a lot of people talking about it, and like I said, I don't know what could happen at any moment. They could flip the switch, especially in this May to June area or whatever. So, like I said, I picked up some things or whatever. I'm really waiting to see what happens. Um, but yeah, I'm really hoping for some sideways action. I'm completely cool with that. I understand a lot of people want to come in and maybe you trade to pay bills or whatever. I feel like for the most part, most of the people in my group and that watch my channel, you're trying to make life changing wealth. You're trying to make it over time. You're trying to change your life this cycle, after this cycle. You're not like a trader. You wouldn't be on this channel if a trader like that, because I don't do that. I'm not a day-to-day trader. Like, hey, we're gonna make 10% on this day, 15% on this day, and then sell out short, blah blah. I don't do none of that crap. So um but yeah, I just enjoy this time of consolidation. But I think I got a couple of things I'm gonna pull up and talk about that. Hopefully the sound and visuals is good, because I did just set this up at the last minute because I had some other stuff going on. But anyway, so we have a volatile week ahead of us. It's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, so much stuff. Employment. I mean, you look at this list. This is just a list long of stuff. Employment data, jobless claims, all this kind of stuff is going on this week. So I know a lot of you just probably just keep it with crypto because the rest of this stuff is boring to you. And actually, it kind of is boring, to be honest. But you have to kind of know what's going on in the macro world to kind of understand how the market is working and how it's going to work and stuff. So you're probably not keeping a lot of stuff. But we got a lot of these meetings coming out. Coming out. Excuse me. All this week. So it's going to be a volatile market, up and down. Usually it's down sideways, to be honest. Maybe they'll give some bullish news, but I just don't see it. I'm jumping ahead. Should I jump ahead? Yeah, I'll jump ahead here. This is something I was going to talk about later, because it's not. I don't have to talk about it long. But like I've been saying for months, I felt like they were using the Ethereum ETF as bullish news to pump up towards May or whatever. And remember, they always set their target out farther than what they want you to, where they want you to get. Like I said, somebody says the price of a token is going to $100, it's probably going to 40, probably going to 42, 45, not even probably 50, to be honest. It depends on how people trying. So they got to set that target out. Like if you pump it up to May, we missed some kind of. I should have known. I should have known about that first sell off. I feel like I did know, but sometimes your mind gets busy, and there's a. I don't think people realize how much I got to focus on with this market, and plus my regular life as a whole. But anyway, so I feel like they wanted to pump it up towards May and have people setting their eyes on Ethereum ETF approval in May, and it's not coming. I mean, they already withdrawn their applications and stuff, so that happened there, but it's cool. So you may get some chances to buy better prices. I wouldn't be fully aping fully into the market right now. If you see some sales and stuff, like I said, pick up some things. But we're probably gonna get some lower prices or whatever. We're gonna see how this week goes in this next couple 6 weeks. Six to, can I count? Six to where we at? Yeah, so 6 to 8 weeks, I say. So like, going into the middle of July. And then I think that's where we can probably see some moves. I don't know. I'm not trying to predict the future. Just give you something to think about. You can form your own thoughts on that. So this is another thing that happened. Bitcoin worth over $60 million moved for the first time in 10 years. I mean, that's cool. And these people have been waiting forever. Whoever they may be, we don't know if they're miners or whatever. It could be miners taking profits, so they can get new mining equipment, or nobody knows. But this, when people see that type of money moving, the market kind of gets at a standstill because people don't know if they're about to dump it or not. But I think they did send it to a centralized exchange. I didn't get too deep into this because I just had so much other stuff that I was focused on this weekend. I mean, it was Mother's Day too. So anyway, sorry, forgive me. Happy Mother's Day to you, all the mothers out there that watch the channel. I saw some of you guys talking in the group yesterday, but it's Mother's Day. It's my mom. I'm spending time with my mom. I'm not talking to you guys. I love you, but appreciate you joining the group and all that stuff. But you're not my focus yesterday. I had my mom to deal with. So had a good Mother's Day. I'm glad to see my mother, and grateful to still have my mother. Everybody, can't say that. And that's not just because they're up in age. Some people lose their mothers early. Like I lost my father when I was a baby. I never really knew my father. So appreciate your mother if you still have her around. That's what you should have been focused on yesterday. I understand crypto never sleeps, but spend some time with mom. And for those of you that don't have your mother, you're in my prayers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. What we got here? I turned the heater on way too high. Now I'm burning up. So yeah, everybody's is always going to be looking at this grayscale. It's slowing their selling or whatever. I was going to make a kind of assumption, but I don't want to make any types of assumptions or predictions or whatever. But I do feel like I'm probably going to be a slow sale through the summer or whatever. Like I said, if I wasn't fully ape into the market, I know y'all was probably like, well, Zoe, I wish you'd have told me that some months ago before this dip. But you guys time to buy. I keep saying, I think everybody's just like, I'm a buy the bottom, I'm gonna sell the top. That's most times how you get wrecked. We're not always gonna catch the direct bottoms. I can brag about a couple that we did catch the direct bottom on. A lot of people will lie to you and try to tell you that they caught the bottom on everything, and it's not true. Even if you're the best trader, the best chart reader, you've been in 4 or 5 cycles, like there's no way for us to catch the bottom on everything. Like I say, if you bought something at $5 and you're expecting it to go to $150 and it's sitting at $2 or $1 right now, you should not be bearish. Like if you expect it to go to $150, it's still going there. You bought it $5. Yeah, you're down on your initial where you first got in, but it's going higher. So that's all you got to focus on. Just breathe. Woosah, do your yoga, your Tai Chi, your whatever you need to do, your Pilates, do whatever you need to do to keep your head centered because it's cool. We chilling. So just take this time to buy more. What you don't want to do is sit on the lines for the rest of the next 4 to 6 months and not buy anything because you're not sure if it's going to go back up. I mean, that's your choice to do because it's not financial advice, but we're definitely going up for here. So I'm accumulating where I can. I am sitting on my hands for a little while to see what happens. I can't tell the future. It could start going up, but I expect us to get some better prices, at least slightly better, either slightly better or it's going to be sideways. Let me see if that sideways is going to sit for a minute and then I'll decide what I'm trying to buy or whatever. But yeah, I feel like definitely on some of these we're going to get some better prices. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, I already talked about 60 million in Bitcoin moving. Yeah, they transferred it to Binance, so that's where it went. So yeah, they about to take some profits. So we can see some sideways. But let's talk about some good stuff here. So this is a guy. I'm put it like this. I'm not the type of person, even though I work in the entertainment industry. I'm not looking to be like any other music producer. I'm not looking like to be like any other actor, director, producer, anything. So I'm not really a person who's I don't get starstruck. I really don't have, and it's not that I think I'm better than anybody, but I don't really have like people that I'm like, oh my gosh, when I meet them, like I'm like, oh, I got to get an autograph. I'm not that type of person. I don't really be caring about this stuff. But I will say, I am shooting to be like this dude. Like, it's really dope what he did. And I talked about him a couple of times on the channel. I don't know if y'all know, but Roaring Kitty came back. If y'all don't know who Roaring Kitty is, he's the guy that started the whole GameStop craze that they made the movie Dumb Money about. and they wrecked they wrecked all the big guys or whatever. So Roy and Kitty, he's been in I want to say in hiding, but he's been out the social spotlight for a long time. I mean, apparently, and it's crazy. I know this shows you how busy my morning is because I was kind of happy about this, but I didn't even go see what his tweet was. I didn't, so maybe I can go check and see what it is now. But he came back to X and made his first tweet for the first time in like years, right? Months. It's been years, yeah. So he started the whole GameStop craze. And the funny thing is, as soon as like when he came back, I haven't checked the price lately, but the price of GameStop went up $3 or whatever, it went up 18%, and so they already calculating excuse me, the unrealized losses of the big guys who's probably shorting GameStop right now. This might be a fun time in the market is coming. That's what I think. Yeah, so they said GameStop short sellers said to lose $437 million on paper on Monday as stock surges to $24 per share. Because Roaring Kitty tweeted. That's kind of dope. They had that kind of power. I was seeing something about another crypto influencer that tweeted about something. That sucker went like 100% in a day or two or something like that. But yeah, I got to go check on all the stuff with Roy Kitty later. I'll see if he puts out a video later on YouTube. If he already has, let me know in the comments or whatever. I don't know how many of y'all follow him, but I feel like at least one of y'all got to know who Roy Kitty is. But yeah, let me know if y'all see anything. See what the tweet is and see if he put anything on YouTube yet. What is this? I'm getting through these. Yeah, this is just all the stuff I was talking about. We're gonna have some volatility this week. So just so y'all, because I know a lot of y'all get. Sometimes I feel like look at me. I can't even finish the sentence. But sometimes, I know some of y'all get afraid and stuff, and y'all have to, check in with Zoe or whoever else you watch and make sure you know what's going on with the market because you can get feared out because you're like, oh, the market's dropping. It's just the market's over. It's not coming back. The bull run's over. That was it. Bitcoin reached all time high. That's what it's gonna do. It hit 73. That's all time high. Now we going back into a bear market. So sometimes that's how y'all feel. But like I'm saying, it's just volatility this week. This week PPI inflation, CPI inflation, retail sales. This is all jobless claims, all that kind of stuff. And usually when we have these, like Fed meetings and all this type of stuff, it's just volatile. So I don't want y'all thinking nothing just crazy going on. It's not the market. The market's not over. Also, I like this tweet. Here. So he was saying something feels like we're in consolidation period, similar to summer 2021. I remember reading exciting bullish news like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, and some of y'all probably remember that too. The price did nothing. People lost interest. People sold the bottom, and then a giga ripped to all-time highs with a giga. He's going crazy. It was a big pump. He's saying news is similarly insane right now. Prices are doing nothing. People are losing interest. Google searches are down, and people are selling, and they're short in the market. Just be patient and don't capitulate. That's what I keep telling y'all. Like it's just real chill right now. Some of y'all probably get pissed when y'all come to stream and I'm smiling and I'm just like, it's cool or whatever. Y'all probably like, man, this dude getting on my nerves, but I'm chilling. I'm so excited. I don't need it, but I would like if we can get, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks now. Cause every time I talk about this, the number goes down because it was 12 weeks at one point. But if we can get 6 to 8 weeks of down and just sideways stuff, I'm real cool with that. And we can get some better prices on these altcoins. I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty in a minute. But I gotta cover this stuff. Do I want to talk about all this stuff? Some of this nonsense. I'm gonna skip this. It's just hot air. It's just engagement posts. I mean, there's some decent stuff in there, but I don't really want to talk about that. Oh, so this is what I was just talking about. The sentiment. It said a lot of people have been saying this too, saying retail is not coming back, and we already had alt season, but it was among returning participants and their first degree separation friends was exactly this common sentiment we had in 2021. Pretty much they're saying like a lot of people right now are saying like, man, that was the altcoin season already happened. Like I know the cycle could work different, but it's not working that much different. And some people don't even know how the cycle works. Like I was talking about last week with the guy who does astrology, not trying to throw shade at him. Seems like he really believes in whether you want to call that a religion, belief system, or whatever astrology is. Not trying to make nobody mad, even though I don't care. Just not fully understanding how the crypto cycle works. And you got all these people talking about the cycle's over. That was not no alt season, bro. That was not all season at all. We just happened to hit all-time high before the halving, and it just made the cycle work a little different. But but that was not alt season. The market is not over. But you're gonna see a lot of people saying that, and I'm here to remind you that the cycle is not over. We still have time. You should be how do I say this? Because it's not financial advice. Uh, I would be, and I am accumulating right now, but very small. Like I said, I'm waiting to see if we get some bigger dips, which I think we're gonna get some more sideways action. At least with the sideways action, you can kind of see what better to go into. What's at a better price, or maybe you get another 50% dip on something which causes you to have more of that token. I keep saying, to make this simple for y'all, the goal is to collect as many of the tokens of the project that you want. It's about the price you get them at, yes, but not so much. So like I said, sometimes we bought stuff in the past and some of them are bleeding out right now. And so you, like I keep saying, you're like, man, I should have bought it when it was lower. You didn't know it was going to go lower. And some of them didn't. Like some of these that I bought, I'm glad I did, because they went up 15, 20x and then they retraced to 10x. I'm still glad that I got it where I got it, because I'm still up 10x. And sometimes you don't know. I'm usually the process I'm getting to. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting them to go up at least 4 to 5x and never see that price that I bought it again. But it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, take this time to accumulate so you can have more of the tokens. You're not going to always get all of your tokens at the best price. So don't pay attention to these people that's trying to make you think the cycle is over. Same old. I don't want to repeat that. It's kind of same old, same old. Everybody, everybody being a little bearish right now. More prediction crap I don't want to talk about. I think I want to talk more about my notes. I will talk about this one. Listen, I'm not saying that it won't come back. I'm not trying to be that fortune teller, but what I say to people, and the last post even sums this up better. But it says in 3 weeks after the blockbuster launch of Runes is facing declining activity. Like I said, we do have NFTs, and I even feel like I'm not the biggest on like Bitcoin layer 2s and stuff, and ordinals and BRC20 stuff like that. But I do feel like what ordinals was trying to do was a little better. Runes has a more interesting thing that they were trying to do with it. The rarity of the Satoshis that are coming out at certain block times and all that kind of stuff. It was more unique or whatever, but I didn't see it like, it still could blow up in the future and become hotter. But I mean, we're around that having right now when those first Satoshis are coming out or whatever. And it just, I don't know if it's going to catch on. So that's why I say every time you can't try to jump on everything that you're going to think is going to be a fad and where you're going to make money at. You got to be careful with that. Sometimes just stick to what you know. Stick to the tokens, the altcoins, find the good altcoins, and do that. You can't jump on every trend. Sometimes you'll lose out. So I don't see many people talking about them. And, it could be just because the market is bearish right now. But even if it becomes more bullish, just Runes is not something I'm trying to touch, man. Even though I looked into it deeper and have a better understanding of what it is, it's a little bit more techie than most people are trying to probably go into. Same with altcoins. A lot of people are not buying tech altcoins. That's what people say. People just, run to AI or whatever, because it's like, it's AI, whatever. So yeah. This next one I'm gonna talk about, then I'm gonna get to my notes over here. So I'm gonna touch on some stuff. I'm trying not to be petty, but I'm gonna touch on some stuff. So anyway, this is post says a common mistake I see others make and have fallen victim to myself. So some coin does really well with a narrative that lasts anywhere from a couple of days to a week. Number two, the narrative has clearly peaked, but you try to buy the dip under the idea that the narrative will surely return. And so this is talking about like stuff that's already ran. Like we said, AI just had this huge run, and maybe there's another catalyst come up later, but people are still like, oh, okay, I got to collect AI coins now. Not, of course, AI coins are going to come back, but some people think, oh, this certain thing is about to come back immediately. I'm not just saying AI coins, I'm just using it as an example. And so somebody pick up tokens and it's like, well, that token has already had its run. You kind of late to the party. So you got to be, I keep telling y'all this. One thing, I try to be ahead of the narrative. I don't care what altcoin bleeds out, what stuff is happening right now, as long as I'm ahead of the narrative. As long as I didn't have, my group buy the top of AI when AI was running, and we was like, oh, AI is running right now, so let's buy this, and that junk dumps down to oblivion. As long as I don't care about dumps that come before the narrative takes off. I'm cool with that. Because that just means I'm accumulating. So when that narrative does come, we run, we make this money, we all feeling good and feeling, making money. So like I said, some people like a narrative will run and then they try to catch the tail end of it, and it's just horrible for them. Anyway, it says, unfortunately, coins usually take months to bottom after their first wave of narrative buying before the narrative returns for the next wave. And they give some common ones or whatever. I don't want to get into the ones they get into, but yeah, that's pretty much how that works. And so it's something you got to look out for. Now, let me see how petty I want to be today. Let me see. Okay, let me talk about this one. Let me get my words. Actually, I saw. How do I talk around this one? Let's just put it this way. I saw a video of myself. I'll put it that way. And man, listen. I'm from the South, so I didn't realize how much I chew up my words sometimes on stream. I don't know how some of y'all watch me sometimes, but I appreciate it. So I'm trying to make sure my diction is a little bit better because I watched something of myself and I was like, what did I say? And that's me. So imagine what y'all have to deal with. My bad. So I want to make sure y'all clearly understanding what I'm saying and getting the message. But sometimes I get caught up in my thoughts, and we all got a little ADHD. So and I throw four sentences together in one sentence and don't complete one sentence. I do that sometimes too. But anyway, so what I was saying in the thumbnail, I said, don't let this boredom make you exit liquidity. And let's talk about the most common one that y'all know about. The market gets boring and y'all feel like, my portfolio is not doing well. It's bleeding a little bit. I'm bored. I got to feel like I'm making money. And so y'all know where y'all go. You go finding these DJ and meme coins. And you got to realize, a lot of you say, oh, I know that, Zoe, but you'll get caught up in the moment of boredom. And you're not realizing that people are trying to make you exit liquidity. I've seen quite a few videos, even though it's Mother's Day weekend, I was getting ready for it. I didn't really watch any full videos this weekend. I skimmed through some, and I skimmed through some, and I saw some thumbnails or whatever, and I can see where people's minds are as far as some of the influencers. Like, well, there's a boring market. Let me go in and just start shilling this meme coin or whatever, and just trying to catch y'all slipping. Hold your position, as they say, hold the line. Make sure even if you do want to get into meme coin, that you really research it and see how good it is. Do all the research you can. Ask people in the group, talk to them about it, see what they say about it, cross-reference what you're seeing. But yeah, be careful because a lot of people are bored. And if they have influence, they're going to definitely use you as an exit liquidity and talk about some token that they're just trying to pump a quick, maybe it's at 1 million and they're trying to pump it to 20 million. And you don't realize that they're trying to get out that sucker. I'm going to come back to that in a way. But so, how do I talk about this one? I saw somebody. I'm not trying to FUD anybody's bags. I know what bread is on base and all that kind of stuff. But they had a lot of FUD around them. If you've been following, you know what the FUD is. And so let me say it like this. I don't want to try to FUD anybody's tokens. But number one, there has been FUD on Brett. And number two, it is a higher market cap. You should want to get in earlier. But what I said was, in line with me not trying to FUD people's bags, I'm like, you can make money anywhere. I've heard that FUD on Brett is not something I would touch or whatever. And I see people trying to shield it after it's already gained popularity, which is dumb for one. But what happened is I saw two people talk about it in two separate interviews this week. And I'm an empath, so I'm watching how people use their words. And the way these two separate people use it makes me really believe the stuff that they're saying about Brett. Between the stumbles, the fumbles over their words, the way they reworded it, the way they were trying to say the way they said stuff made me feel like, stay away from Brett, man. What is already it? What is it? Said. Once again, I'm not trying to flood anybody's bags. I'm just trying to protect the people to watch my channel and then my Patreon and stuff like that. And maybe I should just be saying the stuff in the Patreon, but I don't know, it just came to my mind. Is the darling child on base? Yeah, it probably is, whatever. But I'm just a little leery of what could happen with it. So it's back down. Wasn't it up to like 800 million at one time? At least 500. Yeah, it was up there. So it's down to 300 million. That's up to you. If you feel like this will still do 100x over here because you feel like it's the big dog on base or whatever, then maybe that you can do that. But I don't like the way that people talked about it. And granted, there's always going to be somebody making more money than you, whether it's a influencer or VC or whatever. But you want to leave yourself room to make money and protect yourself from as much danger as you can versus people dumping on your head, doing a rug pull or whatever it may be. It's just the way that people talked about it sound really conniving and deceptive, as if they were really saying, "Listen, man, my bag's in this. Like, let's let these. No, it's okay. Y'all can go ahead and invest in." I hear what people saying about Brett, but I don't think it's just the way they use their words and the tone of their voice didn't sit well with me. So there's plenty of other meme coins out there. Yeah, but it's the hottest one on base. So blah. I mean, you can do what you want. It's not financial advice, but I would stay away from it. Um, mm, 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 mm. What is this note talking about? Maybe I'll come back to it. Yeah. So listen, let me see how far I'm gonna get into this. I tell you all the times on the channel, when I say I'm not trying to say I told you so, it's usually like me trying to time the market, because any of us can say I told you. Let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody tell you. None of us, including me. If you want to go to a channel where people just lie to you and just try to be all reassuring and saying they know where the market's going to go, they straight up lying to you. I don't even trust people like that. I will give assumptions on what I think can happen based on my time in the market, what I've seen happen before. But I try to never say I told you so based on like if the market is going up and down, because anybody can seem like a fortune teller. But they don't want to tell you I told you, or, they don't want to mention the times when they were wrong or whatever, because I've been wrong before too, as far as where the market is going to go or whatever. But I will say this about projects, and it keeps coming around. It feels like it's been a long time, but it hasn't been. 3 and 4 months ago, I was saying, hey, I'm telling y'all this, blah, blah, blah. You might not see it now, but in the future, you will see. It will come out, the blah, 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 blah. And so recently, I told people in the Patreon, I don't think I said it on the channel, I probably won't say it on the channel, but I said, I've been in this space 3 cycles. I have gathered, I have tons and tons of, I said 8, but I might have more than 8 Twitter pages, and I separate them based on different things, like my little ghost Twitter pages, and I follow people. I might have one Twitter page with scammers. And let me say this clearly, because I tried to say this before. I know sometimes you hear me say the term UK scammers. I am not trying to say, because I'm from the States, that the States don't have scammers, but I have one with UK scammers. I have one with United States scammers. I have one with Australian scammers. I have like all that kind of stuff or whatever. But anyway, it was this group of tokens I started realizing, like with a certain group of scammers, that they were all like shilling these certain tokens. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all all are shilling the same tokens or whatever, right? And so I said, I feel like this is like they're under the umbrella. Like they're like, these scammers are like the parent company, and these tokens, these made up tokens, I keep saying most of them are made up, are under their little umbrella. The price action never really lines up with what they say it does, what they say it is, or whatever. And one of them had really grown to have a lot of notoriety. I would say that's what I would say. A lot of notoriety. It had grown to be seen as a very legit project, a very bullish project. And I told people, I said, I bought it at one time. In the beginning, I made a quick 5x trade on it, and I got the crap out. And I've never looked back, never wanted to look back, never desired to look back, never will ever hold that token again, no matter what it does. And so this one was more prominent. And so I call the other ones like the baby brothers. Like, okay, they're not known as the big brother. They're not known as much as the big brother and whatever. So people don't see them as connected, but I know they're connected because I see the same exact influences that don't talk about anything else. But anyway, 2 of these projects, as of this weekend, I'm catching up on some of it. I'm going to read more when I get off stream. But they both been having the big brother that's been known to be legit, as well as the other one I always been saying is trash garbage. I've been saying that, but both of them been having a lot of fun this week. I want to see if everybody's going to do what I did and trace it back to the same group of influencers that have been shilling it. And what I will say, I've said this before, I don't give a crap how much I bore people. If I bore you, you don't have to watch the channel. I'm trying to tell people stuff that's going to protect them and keep them safe during this investment cycle. So what I had said months ago, and I made it almost a dedicated live to it, I said that what's happening in this cycle is the legitimate people who used to dog the scammers and whatever realize, hey man, these scammer people, the meme coin people, or whoever are making money, and they have decided to team up on certain projects and shield them together. I said this months ago. And so there's people, and I'm to even to me, I'm like, with as much money as you have, which as much influence that you have, and realizing that you're getting into some of these private sales early, and and some of them are so big, I don't even feel like they have to do private sales. I feel like they're giving tokens or whatever. I'm like, why do you have to do this to the people in the community? And I know I probably sound like some Miss America idiot right now, but you don't have to abuse people. And especially when you have a certain amount of money, you don't have to use people as exit liquidity. And I would say some of these people, at least four of them, I know this is going to sound contradicting, but at least four of them I actually have respect. And I'm just like, why are you doing this or whatever? But I've said this a lot with these made up AI plays. And once again, every time I say something, I'm I'm beating around the bush, but I talked about some projects, right? And I'll talk about those and I'll say bad stuff about those. And y'all probably like, man, this dude just negative. Then I'll move on to the next set and I'll start saying crap about these. But it slowly happens that, okay, you find that the first set is what Zoe said it was. And then now he like, damn, now he got a new set. He's talking about these AI coins, these scams too, Zoe. You just think everything's a scam, Zoe, don't you? But then you find out he was right about those, and it's going to continue to happen. What I'm saying is, um, excuse me, let me get back to my point of being exit liquidity because you're bored. So what these people do when the market is bored and sideways, they start shilling the scam meme coins. They start shilling, listen to this closely, this next thing I'm about to say. They start shilling the made up they start shilling the made up projects during this boring time. And let me explain to you why they do that and why they can do that. Because there is no vesting schedule, they're not competing with VCs, because you have the VCs and the big dogs who would say, hey, I know this is funny for y'all here, but the VCs are saying, even we don't want this being shielded right now, Mr. Influencer. Don't be shielding our project right now. We don't want it because we don't want it to go up too fast. And as I keep saying to y'all, I've said this time before, you do not want your token to go up too fast when we're in the bear market or when we're just starting the bull market, because when retail, the big group of retail comes in, you want all of them to come in when it's low, say if it's at 20, 40, even 60 million, right? You want them to come in right there, and the price is a constant go up. You know how people say price go up, and they make all these fun with different accents. They make fun of the term price go up or whatever. That's what the VCs want. They want it to just be a straight up. So that's why you see stuff go from 60 million and just go 10 to 10 billion. So, but when it's a made up project, which a lot of these are, it doesn't matter because it's just like a meme coin. They can pump it at whenever time they want. So you're going to see in the next week, if it's boring and the market is sideways, the next 1 or 2 weeks, you'll see them start shilling the fake projects in, because they can do that. They don't have to combat with any VCs who are telling them to shut up and don't shill it right now. That's not the agreement we had, Mr. Influencer. You influence it in January 2025, or you shill it in August 2024. That's the schedule. That's the shilling and marketing schedule we have set up. Hopefully this is making sense to y'all. But so y'all got to realize that they gonna get bored. And some of these people, I keep saying this too, realize when you're watching an investment crypto YouTube, and realize when you're watching a trading YouTube. And there's a lot of people that are out there trading. They want the 10 and 15, 20% here and there. They short, they long it. That's not what I do. I keep trying to explain this to y'all. I do not, I buy and hold. That's what I do. I buy altcoins and I hold them, and I wait to a time where I see is a good time to sell it. So when I made it, good gains on it, whether it be 50x or 100x. I am not a trading channel. I'm not trying to catch 20. I don't get excited by that. This is just not my investing style. I'm not a trader. But you're going to see a lot of this happening. But I'm saying this to say, I haven't dug as deep into these the FUD that I've been seeing on these projects. I won't even call it FUD because I feel like they're trash projects to begin with. And I've been saying it. And I know when I'm the only one saying it, I know some people like, this dude on how is only crypto Zoe say, I'm leaving this. I'm leaving. Sorry, I'm from the hood. Yeah. Some of y'all heard what I was about to say, but I didn't say it. But gotcha. Anyway, some of y'all probably said like, man, I'm about to get out this dude Patreon. You telling me all these other influencers are talking about this project and he's the only one saying it. So you got all these others. So my lady just laughed because she know what I almost said. Anyways, so so y'all probably saying like, okay, we see a lot of smaller YouTubes talking about this project, and we see some big ones talking about it. So how does Zoe think he's so smart that he's the only one saying this is bearish? once again, because I saw how the project came about, I see the people that are talking about it. I don't trust these people. And even when I don't trust people, I do. This is the thing I can do. I will try to sit and watch the interview about a project and try to look at it with unbiased eyes, no matter who it is. But if I'm still seeing your tone, I was like, okay, what if this scammer did get in a legit project, and because they have a big following, the project said, hey, can you be on our marketing team? So that's how I try to take it. And I look at the interview and I try to look at it. But when their words are too off and they seem uncertain, I'm like, yeah, this is a scam project. Like, I'm not saying it can't pump if they get a good marketing team together. But I'm just like, why would I touch it if I can make money over here? And some of y'all are like, but it's pumping. And these altcoins over here, maybe Zoe's saying they're good, but they're bleeding out. Man, I don't know. I want to get over here where all the influencers are talking about it. Well, what I'm trying to get you to do is get in on the tokens that I know the influencers are going to shield later. Once again, when the VC said, hey, Mr. Influencer, shut your mouth. Don't talk about this until August and until October and until January and February of next year. That's what I'm trying to get in now. I'm trying to get ahead of the pump. So, so yeah, I know, and I don't care about the short term. People thinking, man, Zoe tripping, man. Zoe just negative about everything. That's fine. You should have your own mindset. You should have um, you should think with your own mind, and you shouldn't follow Zoe blindly. And if you feel like Zoe's just bearish and negative about everything, that's within your right to think, and you can invest with your own convictions. You don't have to follow what I'm saying. Only thing I try to do is put out the information that I see on these projects, people I've seen that have scammed in the past. And listen, I'm gonna say, I don't care if it is a pretty face. I'm not that idiot. Some of y'all fall for that too, and some of y'all have this idea that only men can be scammers. Read between the lines, y'all. Men ain't the only ones that can be scammers. Y'all fall for that pretty faces if y'all want to. I'm gonna go even further. I only know, in all my time in crypto, let me not lie here. In all my time in crypto, let me make a statement, then we think some more. In all my time in crypto, at first thought, if I think about it quickly, without thinking too long, I only know two women in crypto that I trust. Yeah, because the rest they're used for that. Oh, you're a woman. Oh, you look attractive. Cool. The guys are gonna fall for this. We got a bunch of simps that are gonna love you. We got a bunch of simps. We got a bunch of beta males that are gonna fall into anything you say. I was just winking. Make sure listen, y'all. Make sure you put your mascara on. Put your mascara on correctly. We need those eyelashes looking beautiful. We need your hair laid. We'll pay to blow out your hair. You need your hair straightened, blow it out, or whatever. We'll pay for all that. I only trust two of the women in crypto is what I'll say. That's alpha, whether you think it's alpha or not. You do with that as you will, and that's what I'll say about that. But anyway, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was even surprised to see with one of the projects. I was like, oh, so now y'all finding out. Oh, okay, all right. So crypto's been looking stupid for 4 and 5, 6 months now, talking about this project and looking like an idiot because everybody else is bullish, and now y'all seeing that I know what I'm talking about. I will say I told you so. So anyway, just anyway, the whole thing is that I don't have a lot of bullish and macroeconomic news and project news to talk about because people are bearish right now. We got all this macro CPI and all this PPI and GBI and DGI and GI Joe stuff coming out. So people are not talking about much right now, but this is stuff to protect you. It's just trying to help you to know what and what not to invest in, and really how to think about these markets. But if we keep getting sideways longer, they're gonna bring them out. They're gonna bring them out, and watch the ones that come out first. Y'all gonna see. I told you, if you think between the lines and think about what I told you before, you're gonna start to see the stuff that comes out. And it's gonna be those made up projects because once again, the VC is like, hey man, don't push our stuff in this bearish market. And as I said last time, we get these comments and questions. Last thing I said this before is a lot of these projects, and it's crazy because I'm even getting mixed up in the market. In my mind, sometimes tell me that it's still March, but some of these projects that were supposed to launch in February, they're just like, it's not bullish enough time, and they've pushed back to horrible time. Some of them like, we might do July. Some of them saying September, and that just really kind of messes up my accumulation of them because they're trying to come out when the market is bullish, and if you're coming out when the market is bullish, sometimes the price do just go up. So kind of got to have that dry powder on the side. You do want to have had, and I know this was some of y'all thinking too. You do want to have had made some gains on some of your altcoins already, so at least you can pull out of some of those to invest into newer projects. But I feel like some of these we're in, once that sucker catches, and I said some of them, not all of them, but I feel like some of them, once it catches, and you can never really guess which one is going to be, that 50x and blah blah blah, whatever we thinking they're going to get to, in the cycle, I feel like they're going to get there quick. Like, and so you're going to have a chance to pull some profits and maybe put into some other stuff or whatever. So some of these you may not have to wait till the end of the cycle to get those gains on or whatever. But I keep saying, either way, the most important thing in this market is still to manage your emotions, whether it's bearish or bullish. Manage your emotions and just keep your head together. Like I said, once you start making I explained this before too, a 20x in the bear market is not a 20x now. So if you make a 20x now that we're in the bull market, go ahead and take some profits. I know Zoe is a holder, and he said 50, 100x on certain stuff or whatever. But start laddering now. Doesn't mean you have to take all your profits, but we'll talk about that kind of stuff. But you see where we are in the cycle right now. If you see 20x on something, go ahead and take some profits. I'm not going to. I saw some people. I'm not trying to further compete with nobody, but I saw a lot of people put out like profit taking videos, and they were hot garbage. I'm sorry. Some of these people I respect, but I saw some hot garbage like profit taking videos. I'm just like, have y'all been in crypto before? And I feel like some of them have, but I was like, and I'm not trying to be like braggadocious, but now I'm realizing why I made more money than some of these people last cycle that I feel like they were in crypto before me. Like some of them were in 4 cycles. You know what I mean? Like my first cycle, 2017 coming, my boss told me about Bitcoin, and I'm gonna tell you, how much it hurts to know I could have had Ethereum at I think when I came in, Ethereum was like between $14 and $17. I didn't catch the $9 like some people, but to know that I could have caught Ethereum at I'm not gonna lie, because nobody knows what people are holding, whatever. I see a lot of people lying, talking, oh God, you didn't catch no Ethereum at no $9. Stop lying. But I didn't. All my boss told me about was Bitcoin. And you're not thinking about going in on crypto. I want somebody, well, some of y'all crazy. Some of y'all probably did go fully in on your first cycle. But then your second cycle, last cycle, you're like, okay, cool. I can make some money in this. But you still kind of like reserved with it or whatever. But this cycle, I am not reserved. Where was I going at that point? I'll just be rambling sometimes. But yeah, what I was saying though, this time we're in the bull. So if you see a 20x, go ahead and take some profits off. Oh yeah, because I was saying some of the profit taking videos I saw were trash. But if you get to a 20x, yeah, take some profits off. Well, we can talk about what percentage that'll be or whatever later. But yeah, let me leave that one alone. But let me get to some of these comments, questions, concerns. Did I cover everything? Do I want to cover that right now? I do see another important note on here. Maybe I'll cover that tomorrow. So maybe y'all got a reason to come back. As he said, good morning. Hope you have a good start. Yeah, I'm feeling refreshed. My lady took me on this crazy running journey, I'll say, this weekend. That was very unexpected, but I do feel better now. Yeah, I'm a gym rat, but she's a gym rat. It's probably more than me, to be honest. And I do feel better though. I got some vigorous exercise. That's what we'll call it. So out running trails and stuff. Anyway, Dermot said, Hazel, I see so many analysts saying the top is in the bull run. So those not analysts, those are dummies. The bull run is not over, man. We still got time. And like I said, sometimes people make stuff just for clickbait. They're just making it for clickbait. That's all that is. PC said, happy start to a new day, Zoe. It is actually, yes, except for I haven't eaten breakfast yet. And y'all hear I do have a pretty deep voice, but my voice is dry because I haven't even drank any water. What we got going on here? I'm at 44 minutes. I'll be rambling. Y'all be listening though. I appreciate that. But I want to make sure I'm giving y'all good information. I feel like you got some. In my mind, I was at 27 minutes. Hey, so what do you think about Castle smart contracts? I don't think anything of it. Like I said, it's going to perform how it's going to perform. Like I said, I see it maybe maybe it can get to 60 billion, and that's even me being I feel like optimistic because they have grown a big community, so you can't really knock the community, but I'll say it depends on how much the community holds on, how much they can pump it like a meme token. And like I keep saying, there's a lot of competition in the market. So even so for some of the stuff I'm bullish on, for people to be expecting that all these projects are going to get to 80 billion and 100 billion, I think is idiotic. Like there's too much saturation in the market. But if the community pumps it, if they don't find out some of the stuff I know, like I said, it's slowly trickling from the smaller projects, and it's keep going up for this little conglomerate of influencers that are pumping certain tokens. And if it gets nasty over there in that certain tokens field, I won't even say it because I want nobody to say I'm trying to FUD it. But if it gets nasty over there, far as FUD, y'all could not be seeing any of that. So that's all I'm gonna say. You need to do your own research. When, like I say, when you find a token that you're bullish on, me myself included, you need to keep keeping up with what's going on in that community, and don't just be one sided and biased and just want to hear good news. If you see something that looks a little funny, maybe it doesn't make you change your mind all the way, but you got to be careful. uh, uh as y'all being petty. uh Started talking about type, you lying, stop playing. mm, I gotta go look at that because that's in the same, that's C. Mm. You don't put my you don't put my stream on free. You just, man, you got to be joking because I'm about pretty sure that junk is trash. I you Yeah, did I read your statement right? Nah, man. If what you just said is true, this is exactly what I'm talking about. People pumping stuff during the boring times in the market. You might have to hit me up and look, I got a lot of DMs. I saw y'all saying about y'all DM me too. For one, it was Mother's Day weekend. I was busy with my mom, and I got a lot of DMs. But if you need to clarify that statement with me, because then you probably just proven exactly what my life is about. Because I'm pretty sure that project is trash. Matter of fact, I feel like at one point they deleted the Twitter, and it was in line. It was in line with the other one. That actually, I probably shouldn't have, but I showed y'all on stream one. If y'all remember, the one I said went from $7.20 down to 13 cents. Was it probably like 8 cents now? Listen to that again. It went from $7.20 all the way down to like 9 cents. That was built up with that same group of people at the same time that one was built up, and they had some other ones that took off, and these did not. Man, let me not even. You're gonna have to hit me up in my inbox, and I'm gonna try to weave through it because I got a lot of DMs, and I'm gonna try to weave through it and see if you're saying what I think you're saying. I wouldn't touch it. Let me look at something else real quick. You done got me on freeze now, man. I'm gonna say without saying this is what I said. You got legit influencers teaming up with scammers to pump stuff this cycle, man. This cycle is it's not like last cycle. Last cycle you had the legit influencers saying, "Hey, man, these meme coin scammers are trash. Don't fall for their scams." And now they all working together. I'm gonna have to look at this off stream. I'm gonna have to go dig off stream. But I'm pretty sure that project is trash. Anyway, let me keep going. And if it sits down a portfolio 2x profit in the future. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I keep saying once you get down like that, that's a good time because you could double up your position, especially if you know they're good tokens or whatever. Yeah. Red said, "Yo, hello, brother. Liked, appreciate it. Uh, what are the names of the females you think we can trust?" I'm still watching one. I'll probably give you the other name later. But and the thing is, the thing you can trust because she never shields any project. You don't know what she's holding, but it's Crypto Casey. Crypto Casey usually talks about the macro. If y'all need a better understanding of macro and how money works in the policy system, she's not going to shield you any altcoins. Like, so if you're expecting that, she'll tell you she doesn't do that. But she's very knowledgeable about the financial system and stuff like that. Crypto Casey, the rest of them jokers, man, y'all can fall for that prettiness if you want to. They straight up scammers, man. I don't mess with none of them. I probably shouldn't say that on screen, but I don't really care. Um, do you trade in Solana? Did you ask me this before? Yeah, I trade Solana memes. or invest. Yeah, I put money into Solana memes. Is this how live? I don't understand what you're saying. But you said, is this how live, or he is just speaking like that only? I'm not sure what you were saying there. I missed that. Um, Crypto player said, "Mag, bro, you are late, man. Why are you shelling this old stuff, man? We knew about those like 8,000 months ago, and those market caps are already big, man. Y'all got to get in the right groups, man. You shelling stuff that's way old. MAGA and Trump coin, those are way old, man. Those are out last year, and they already up in market cap. Uh, have you tried to connect the? Yeah, of course. Are you bullish on? What is that? You got to get in the Patreon. Dre, you always come out and ask questions, dude. You got to get in the Patreon if you want those answers. I don't do that. I saw somebody. Let me just tell you another thing. I know people. They come to my stream. They're like, "Oh, dude has a big heart." Like, listen. Let me tell you like this. I have a big heart, but I've also struggled a lot in my life. That's why I have a big heart. And it's going. I shouldn't have to make disclaimers for this. I have a big heart. I'm a good person. I try to help people out. Um, But don't think you're just gonna come on my channel and give me a sob story and that's gonna make me tell you some plays to make money. It takes money to make money. You gotta join the Patreon if you want answers on projects to invest in. Because for one, that's a disservice to the people in my Patreon. We're accumulating these projects. So I'm not about to be just giving out projects on stream. So you clarify. You say, man, that junk is garbage, bro. That junk is straight garbage. Maybe they're gonna pump it, but I wouldn't touch it. Oh, see, I wish you wouldn't say. You should listen. This is what I try to do on my channel. I try not even say people's names. I usually try to say I saw an influencer talking about, because I don't want people like, unless they just the diabolical scammers, like y'all know some of them. Then I'll mention their names. But I usually just try to like give people grace, and I just usually like I saw an influencer talking about. I didn't even use it. I'm gonna be honest, and I tell you all the time. Like, I mean, I have my own alpha. I have my own information, my own, whatever. But I do try to watch other people, see what sentiment is, and see what people are talking about. And I usually do try to. Sometimes I'll skim through his or whatever before I even start mine or whatever. But I didn't this morning. That's crazy to hear. Do you see the memeonomics of that token? There's no vesting schedule. There's no VCs behind that. That's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of my stream. How when people, I promise, hand on the Bible, that I did not see that stream, did not know that was talked about at all. This stream was made up because I saw some other stuff being talked about. But this is exactly the point that I was trying to make. When y'all think I'll be on here talking about boring stuff that nobody else is talking about, and I'm just talking out my head, I'm the only one that thinks like this. Zoe the only one saying that. He crazy. He in his own world. He must be in the Twilight Zone. This is what I'm talking about. When the market gets bored, they're going to start shilling stuff to you that they can pump, whether it's a meme coin or a fake made up project, because they want to make money in the long term. These are traders. They're going to make that 50%. Mind you, I keep telling you, their 50% is different from yours. They didn't put 50,000 in there. They didn't trade it up, made 25,000, or some with the bigger projects. They might throw $1 million in there, trade it up, make $500,000. So they're going to start shilling in this boring time in the market. They're going to start shilling y'all garbage. I wish you didn't say who the person was, but y'all, it is what it is. I'm not trying to say I'm your savior. I'm the only honest person in the market, or I'm not the only honest person. There's other honest people too, but a lot of people are just here to make money, and they're going to. They can't just be satisfied with the money that they can make in crypto. That we all blessed to be in crypto, and we can make this quick money. Some people are not satisfied with that. They got to scam people. They got to use you as extra liquidity. They got to abuse their followers, their subscribers, their Patreon members. I'm not that type of person. I don't have to do that to make money. I feel, it's not whether you're a religious person, like I said, whether you're a Christian, a Buddhist, you're Hindu, you're Muslim, whatever. We all believe in some type of form of, we're all in, believe some type of form of uh, karma. Excuse me, I'm tripping. I had too much on my mind. We all believe in some type of form of karma, right? And I always feel like my good karma always does me well. Like I said, even when I looked at situations in my life and I was like upset about them, um, it always worked out in my favor. I would even use this as an example. So I end up I end up working with Samuel L. Jackson, but I had this project way before I got the last project that I was supposed to work with Samuel L. Jackson, and so I was pissed. Like I did the cold call back to director. The director was really liking me. I feel like I was his favorite at the time, but the producers couldn't articulate what they really wanted. And if they knew how to articulate it, I could have did it. But anyway, I got to like the last rounds of auditions, and I'm excited about it. I'm thinking I'm about to get it, but I end up losing the role or whatever. So, and I'm sitting at home, like just being, I'm like depressed. I'm just thinking about how I can help my mom and different stuff I can do with the money. So I'm depressed. I'm feeling all types of horrible. Like it's like the worst thing that happened in my life. And so I'm like depressed for probably like 4 to 6 weeks. I might be lying, but my lady, I'm trying not to get emotional, but she was like, she was there by my side. Like she didn't, some girls just there for the good times. You know what I'm saying? And so she was supportive through all that time, kept me encouraged, and it was hard for her to deal with. But what I thought was the worst situation in my life was actually the avenue how I got really deeply into crypto, to be honest. And if that situation didn't happen in my life, where you couldn't have told me at that time in my life that wasn't the absolute worst thing that could have happened. And it literally at that time was, but the worst thing that ever happened to me was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. Because like I say, I make good money in the entertainment industry or whatever. But if I can take that good money and flip it again, then I'm making better money, and crypto allows you that opportunity. Just take that with what you will. So I just feel like my good karma always comes back to me. I don't have to abuse people. I don't have to use people as an exit liquidity and abuse my Patreon members or my subscribers in order to make money. But I said that statement and I made this live without knowing the information that you gave me. It was not about that person whatsoever. So I want nobody saying that it was not about them. But look at the tokenomics, sir. That is a meme coin. That is a made up token. And I remember the time it was made, and they all had the same type of name, no pun intended. But I showed you the other one, what happens to that one. So if you can do what you want with that information. I showed you the other one being a rug pull from $7 to 9 cents. I showed you the deleted Twitter, the deleted website. These all are made by the same people. So do with the information what you will. Dre said, sorry, no disrespect, Zoe. I just trust your opinion. And yes, I need to get in the group. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's not me trying to upsell the group, man. It's just like now I feel like I got one of the best groups or whatever, and I'm getting people and stuff ahead of the curve. Whether some of them, I feel like some of you guys know it. You like, oh, I see how this is working. Some of y'all just like, did we get in early to a good project? What's going on? So I know how that goes. And I'm not here to be on my channel to act like the all-knowing guru. And whatever I do study this stuff. I study stuff. I've been studying it for a while. And like I said, it's not just about studying the projects in the market, knowing the people who are talking about this stuff, whether they're a scammer, whether they legit, whether they really here to make money or they're here to help you or whatever. At the end of the day, everybody's trying to make money, but it's how they're doing it. Are they? It's cool. Listen. It's completely cool if an influencer has 500,000 people on their Twitter, and of course they bought a project. Then they mention on their Twitter. Everybody's here to make money, but the problem is when they mention it and they're gonna pull that liquidity on you and use you as exit liquidity, as I just said. It's a difference. If they find something at 100 million market cap, they tell you about it, but they've already bought their bags. Y'all pump it up to 800 million and they're still holding the 800 million. Maybe they took 20, even 10, 20% profits, but they still holding the 800 million and they're holding it for it to go higher. That's a totally different thing from chilling you something at 100 million. It goes to 500 million and they pull their entire investment and they're out and they never come back to the project. That's two different things. So like I said, everybody's here to make money, but y'all got to know how this market works. And some people, they toe the line. Sometimes they're legit and they'll tell you good alpha, and sometimes they're there to make money. But anyway, listen, I got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do today. So listen, y'all, if y'all want to join the Patreon, it is at patreon.com/cryptozo. I feel like it's one of the best Patreons out there. Getting in on some of these projects early. I really studied markets. I really watching the people in the space and knowing how they move. So we're at a great accumulation phase with a lot of these projects, to be honest. Honestly, I'm so upset because I literally want to buy some of almost everything that pretty much 99% of stuff I want to buy more of. I'm cool with this accumulation time. I'm cool if we see lower prices. I know that's what y'all not used to, but I'm completely excited about sideways action, getting some lower prices on this stuff. I am not, you got to get out of that mindset of, I should have bought all of it at the lowest prices. You're not going to be able to do that all the time. You got to get that out of your mind or you're going to wreck yourself. And you're just going to be depressed and you're going to whatever you have the DCA into the market, do that. But listen, patreon.com/cryptozo if you want to get in a good Patreon, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.